Well, hi guys, we're back again. As you guys remember, we are doing this book, we are reading this book called Insect Detective by Steve Vogt, illustrated by Charlotte Vogt. We learned so many interesting things about insects in the first part of the book. We learned about social creatures. I'm turning the pages. We learned about some insects do some wonderful things, and there are so many insects, more insects than animals in the world. We learned about bees and wasps. We learned about ants. We have so many ants around here. And we learned so much. We also learned about moths, and we learned about leaf liner caterpillar. And we learned about the earwig and how the female earwigs are good mothers. See them over there? Yes. Okay, so we are going to move on to the next part of the book. And so it says, of course, you might find some creatures under there that aren't insects. Under where? Let's go back to this page. If you lift up a stone, you might see an earwig scuttle out. That was the last page we read. They like to hide in the damp and the dark. The pincers, on the tip of their abdomen make them look kind of scary, but don't worry, they are completely harmless. So, of course you might find some creatures under there that aren't insects, like spiders, centipedes, woodlice, slugs. And once I found a big frog. It's easy to tell whether something is an insect or not. All you have to do is to count the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it has 6 legs, it is an insect. If it doesn't, it isn't. If you're lucky, you might even find a colored ground beetle gleaming in the sunlight. It's like discovering a precious jewel. Wow. But, see the beetle there? But ground beetles aren't just pretty to look at. They are excellent hunters. At night, they go out hunting for slugs, snails, which makes gardeners very happy. So if you want to have a clean garden, it sounds like you need a ground beetle because they eat slugs and snails and all these things. Isn't that interesting? Perhaps, this is kind of glowing on the light here, perhaps the greatest insect hunter of all is the dragonfly. Even the names sound fierce, but don't worry, they won't come chasing after you. Dragonflies are much more interesting in catching things like flies, mosquitoes, and gnats. Some will even snatch a spider from its web. Wow. On summer days, when the air is still, you can see their wings sparkle in the light as they hunt, twisting, diving, and plucking flies from the air. See the dragonfly? Yeah. Dragonflies are fabulous flyers. They have 2 sets of powerful wings, which they can use to hover, change directions, and even fly backwards. Wow. It's hard to believe they started life in the water. Dragonfly nymphs are the young wingless version of an adult dragonfly. That's in a smaller version. Let me see if I can get it over here for you. There it is up there. But dragonflies lay their eggs in ponds or slow-moving rivers where they hatch into small dragonfly nymphs. A nymph sheds its skin many times until it's fully grown. Finally, it climbs out of the water and rests on the stem of a plant. As dawn breaks, its skin split open and a beautiful dragonfly emerges, unfolding its wings and drying itself in the sun. Here's that small writing again, small print again. Extra information. The special changes that take place in insects' bodies are called metamorphosis. They happen in different ways as insects grow from eggs to adults. Sometimes, when you think about these strange and wonderful things, moths hiding, ants talking, dragonflies changing, it's hard to believe that they could really be true. But you don't have to take my word for it. Not at all. All you have to do is to open the door and step outside. Be an insect detective. You can step outside and you can find out which beetles live near you by burying a jam in the ground, jam jar. Any beetle walking over the top during the night will fall in. But remember to check every morning and to let them go when you have finished looking. That's one of the things you can do. When it gets dark, put a camping light on a white sheet outside. This will attract moths and you will be able to get a really close look at them. There's some fun things you can do with this. What I'm going to do, those are just 2 things you can do. There's several on this page here. And I'm going to scan this page and I'm going to send it to you guys so you guys could try some of these activities outside. That's it. And we will talk much more about it during our mini lesson.